Good morning, good evening, and night. Welcome back to another Inukiba Let's Play. As always, I am Inukiba. Today, we're going to hop in. This is another Let's Ramble, by the way. We're going to hop into my randomly created world I created yesterday while watching videos. It's called Agugh. I don't remember why I named it that, but we're going to go there. So I quite like doing these. I just kind of get in here and just do whatever, which works. However, Cole did say to make them shorter, and I personally am a person who likes about 30-minute videos whenever I'm watching videos, but that's usually with something going on in the video or like a purpose to the video. So, 15 minutes or so should be better. Especially since the whole purpose of this is pretty much I'm not doing anything, I'm just talking, and there just has to be games going in the background kind of thing. Ooh, that was my stomach. Let's turn them. I want music going. Yeah. So I think I'll try to shoot for closer to 15-minute videos. Let me see. Look over here. It's 12:30. Okay. Right now, I of course am now realizing I logged off. Like, I stopped playing because it became nighttime, and it's a brand new world, so I don't have shit. That platform right there is where there was a villager house. I was tearing it down to scalp it for resources, which is why there's random junk in my inventory. The lilac I just picked up on the way over here. I usually do this. This is usually how I start a world. If I start next to like a place, I will just completely tear down nearby villager houses for resources and then just ignore them, because the villagers are stupid. They're useless. By far one of the not worst but most useless additions to this game. Dear God, the lag, man. Why I just want to pet my computer because it's so bad. A few more weeks. I'd say maybe a month or two more before I buy a new computer. I feel like my standards or the prices have gone up for what I want out of a computer. So, salt this. I'm not sitting inside all night. That's dumb. Having said that now, though, I will almost definitely die within this night. But sitting inside a wooden house that I didn't even make all night, the first episode of this world, would be quite horrible. I'd like to kill a lot more spiders, actually. What the hell? Oh, those must be villager zombies. Yeah. No texture, it looks like. Well, isn't really much to do. Are you after me? You are after me. Honestly, I feel like Minecraft has just lost so much of what it used to be. And I just realized This place is filled with sheep, and I'm worried about killing spiders so I can make a bed. Just fucking kill 3 sheep. That being said, I do still wish to kill spiders for their string, but for like a fishing pole or something. What is going on for me right now? I saw him target me. Absolutely nothing, really. Basically just been going to work every day, then coming back, watching a few videos, potentially falling asleep, waking up, going to work, watching a few videos, going to sleep, etc., etc., but there's no etc. because it's all the same if I am understanding the word etc. properly, which I am most definitely not. So, yeah, I don't really do much. The only variation I get in my schedule really is D&D every Sunday. And because of the group's playstyle and my storytelling style, it's always pretty much the same. Which kind of sucks. As far as spicing up things, I actually really need to work on the whole D&D story side of things. It's gonna get to the point again where they get too bored to play, and I just want to keep the story going and interesting for them, but I have to do it in a natural way, and not by just giving them X amount of items that they wanted, and then, like, there's a reason gameplay is often stretched out, and depending on the series, of course, it's very important that you don't, like, you want to treat your players, but you don't want to make it boring. Like, they constantly, one of the biggest issues they deal with that I don't even think they realize they do. What the? Why is there... Why is there cobble right there? Odd. Very odd. They play towards a goal that is not their quest. And what I mean by that is, my brother Colt, an example I should say, not the sole definition of this, but a good example of this is my brother Cole. You guys all know of him, or you should. You motherfucker. He has a necromancer character that he is working on building. It's a wizard that he's chosen the necromancy path, and he plans on building it as a necromancer, which is great. It's an interesting idea for a basically what is a studious think first, battle later. Well, that's how he originally was. Cole's personality has kind of taken over, and he's become just more combat based, but it's a studious drow elf or whatever, so he's like, study, learn how to do this myself, blah blah blah. Necromancer, which is a great character design, I think. It actually reminds me of a character from a webcomic I've been reading. So whenever he was describing how he wanted this character to look and act, I was like, dude, that's amazing, because it's a lot like this, and I really like that character. I'm speaking of, by the way, what is it called? Unsounded? There's a character in it called Dwayne. He's like an undead guy thing. It's really cool. character. Really great series. And, wow, my time's already almost up. Yeah, 15 minutes is not enough time for me to ramble. But it's a great character design, and he's playing a similar character. However, because of the nature of my storytelling, there's a lot of background talking between the group. Whenever we're not playing, they talk about what they're, they embellish, or basically, how do I describe what they do? It's like they talk about the could have beens or would have beens or what ifs a lot as they play. So for his necromancer character, he instantly thought it'd be great, like super cool, to get a scythe, which is again a really cool idea for a necromancer to wield a scythe. And because he is proficient with, I think, quarterstaffs, and simply strapping a blade onto it wouldn't be that hard to gain proficiency with, it's not an unfair idea. But because it's the nature of the game is it's D&D, and they're getting all to a point where either the stuff has to be magical to hurt their enemies, or they, because of like just the way the games are going, there's different types of damage and stuff that are more suited to their characters. They instantly sort of design the weapons before they got them. So he wants an enchanted scythe for his necromancer character, which is all fair and good. It'd be a great idea, and it'd be an awesome playstyle. However, I now have to work into the story a natural way to receive this scythe without just giving it to him, making him earn it, but also making it worth him using when he finally does, because otherwise he will just, like, what's another good example? Drew has a gauntlet, right? And this gauntlet behaves a lot like, because Drew is a monk, he is primarily unarmored combat, but he still wants the whole I have awesome super weapons too, because that's D&D. You want an awesome super weapon. That's just how the game is. If you don't have a magical item, you're a chump, is kind of the mindset. But he's a monk who fights with his fists. He's a human monk who fights with his fists. So he's got that kind of whole thing to deal with. So giving him weapons that suit his personality, like his over-the-top play style, as well as keeping it within the the lore and the I guess play level that they are at, but still making it cool enough that they want to bother to use them, is really difficult for me. And it's really hard to give them these things naturally, but whenever I don't, they sort of start to get stale with playing, and I can see it in them that they're getting bored of playing, and they're not really getting anything out of it other than the whole basically club aspect of it, where we all just meet up on Sundays, and even if we don't play D&D, which is fine and preferable actually, if you play something constantly, it gets stale. It's good to take a break from it every now and then, just not as long a break as we did last time. And losing a member due to him joining the military or army or whatever it is. He went to basic, and then he's in training right now, and it's going to be like another week or so before we can even contact him. Losing him as part of the main party has been hard for the group to play. It's weird not having, you know, our spellcaster in the group. You know, they come up with ideas and they're like, oh shit, well we don't have this, or they'll come across an item. It's like, well, this character isn't here to benefit from this, so one of us will just use it, and it doesn't really fit, and it kind of throws a wrench in the whole thing. But we'll work around that. And I have quite a few ideas of how to actually start going about this. There is the nerd stores where nerds go to hang out and play games and stuff. I don't know what people call those as a genre. I always just call them the shop, and then if there's more than one we visit, we call it based on where it is, like the Belleville shop or the Waterloo shop, or technically for me the Waterloo one is the main one, and I just call it the shop. But that's what we call it, just the shop. And they're actually gonna start like sanctioned games there soon. Motherfucker, get out of my fucking face. I'm gonna beat you to death with a fucking shovel because you keep walking in front of me. Calm. They're starting something up soon, and I saw something in the way that they're doing it where the loot is finite. Like, you have certification cards for every, like, rare item. I air quoted, and I'm about to take a drink. Hold on. Throat is very dry. Ugh. The loot is finite. So there's a specific card for every item that you could possibly get in game. Well, besides, you know, consumables or whatever. At least I assume. I actually haven't seen it. I'm just going off of what I saw about 2 minutes of in Dave's shop. And I really, really like the concept of that, actually. So I thought, like, it's quite a good, elegant solution to the problem I'm currently facing of leveling the guys up, as well as background story, because they're on a main. You know what? That will have to do it for this section, because it's been about 20-something minutes. It does not feel like it, and honestly, I feel like I should stick to the 30 minutes because that's what I'm used to, and I naturally kind of split it up by that. But Cole said to make them shorter, and I do actually kind of agree with him. Sometimes if there's nothing going on, a shorter video is better. But I talk a lot, so they have to be at least so long. I'll continue talking about this in the next one because I'm just going to record it right after this. So see you then.